you very much for choosing us on Facebook, on all the digital platforms, on my journal online, on radio, and of course, Pemsign TV and NHYIRA on Facebook. So thank you very much. And like we always do, on stuff from Paris Saint-Germain. Now, second game in the French league. I'm go away to Toulouse. And Rich, last week, Baba reported say in the first game of the season, now there was no Kylian returning Mbappe. Subsequently, he has been reinstated into the team. Now, I'm sure the team news about Toulouse now. Kylian returning Mbappe is in there for you, and definitely is going to play a part for team friend Paris Saint-Germain in the French league. And a very, very, very important game. Toulouse and exciting game. You would expect in this game you are going to get some very good 4-3-3 formation. Navas, Hakimi, then Marquinhos, then personal Kimpembe on. You are going to have Ugarte, Elon Fifi, Fabian Ruiz in the middle of the park. Then up top, definitely you're expecting to see Kylian returning Mbappe, Gonzalo Ramos, and Ousmane Dembele say leading lines. So it's a PSG has spot for choice. Solidity we're showing in terms of the defense, midfield, any attack. A game I'm expecting to say PSG. Last week, Rich, PSG and Team we need some game no fear. I'm expecting to say they get their first 3 points away.
I'm voting by.
I'm against Toulouse.
Only the medium to say.
Derby.
Sir, Toulouse players now.
Yeah.
And I'm coach. What are they thinking now?
Yeah.
Akwe na nkeni mse Kylian Mbappe there. So we on only team man.
Yeah.
I'm your night.
Yeah.
And me gain the coach and any players in the been home for now. So Akwe na nkeni mse team go free.
Yeah.
All of a sudden he's back.
Waba.
But Akwe and that's me as I want kakro. Kylian Mbappe then that see I said that Brandon almost on the game.
Well, Rich, see two parties in your transfer. And they agreed to come to a truce.
No, me dear bro.
No, but sporting reason, Paris Saint-Germain and come up Mbappe. But they have to hold their own, and holding their own. I'm best to play for free. Mbappe also needs to play. So once he has given him assurance of an extension, no, then definitely he'll be in there. Senegal they will not lose him for free. Very, very important. So if you look at this side, it looks as a side a bit more actually Toulouse, our French league, and in the Italian Serie A is starting. You know my love for calcio and Italian football, and we start with their big games this weekend. Empoli, Bebo, AS Verona, Francioni, Ebetnefi Achen, Coppa Campanieri winner, Victor Osimhen team, Napoli, Genoa, and Fiorentina, Bebo International, Milan, Monza. Last season, so in Europe. Country and the teams are in the quarterfinals, and in Europe, the Italian friends and Serie A was the team with the most number of people from the quarterfinals of Europe, from Europa League, UEFA Conference League, and then straight to the UEFA Champions League. Had a representative of final Muhodom, International Milan, AC Milan, any team friend in Napoli were very, very important with Fiorentina, also very, very impressive. UEFA Europa League, then AS Roma in that regard, losing that final to team. Their friend is Sevilla. So they have played very well last season. It is also one of the few leagues in Europe. In the last 4 years, there is a different winner. Napoli has won last season. International Milan are winning. AC Milan are winning. Juventus are winning in the last 4 years. In the English Premier League in the last 4 years, 3 of them have gone to Manchester City, 1 to Liverpool. Now, if you go to German Bundesliga, Bayern have been winning the league back to back. Then to the French Liga, almost every time it is Paris Saint-Germain. In the Spanish La Liga, it's in the last few times it has been a duopoly between Real Madrid and the FC Barcelona. But in the Italian Serie A, there seem to be varied winners. Napoli, Team Freno, International Milan, AC Milan, and Juventus. So it tells you the competition the Italian Serie A. Now, for International Milan, whilst Romelu Lukaku and Andre Onana they've gotten some replacements. The Marcus Thuram team very, very important player for them. They've gotten also very important Jean Sommer replacing Andre Onana in that regard. But even most importantly, how they wanted to make sure they get a replacement for the hold up and build up ability of Romelu Lukaku. So Lukaku here na again say back to International Milan. Now Edson Dzeko so every International Milan to go to Turkey. The plan was to go straight to the Italian Serie A and get Marco Arnautovic. They've gotten Marco Arnautovic into their team. Into say show the way Simeone Inzaghi able the teams every time. Inside regular 4-3-3, you are going to get Damian De Vrij because of course Krenia Echo Paris Saint-Germain. Then you are going to get Alejandro Bastoni. You have your two wing backs. Denzel Dumfries and Alejandro Di Marco. In the middle of the pack, we know say they've lost other members of the squad as well. But there's Barella, Ewan Fifi, Henrik Mkhitaryan and Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Then up top, you are going to get Marco Arnautovic. I'll bet joining team no. Plus Abrante FN, Lautaro Martinez, and that is how good International Milan are making sure say they augment their squad. Lukaku and the news say no, they need to try and replace something. And if they're replacing something, it has to recommend Lukaku's hold-up ability on him. And now my first game against Monza, AS Monza, almost Monza. You see, Marcus Thuram when he played at Leverkusen could play as an outlet, as a number 10, as a second striker kakra. He also has the hold-up ability of Lukaku Mutimi. If you want to go long to a big bulky center for the way to make it a ball, then Martinez will come and pick the ball off him. He can do that job. On him, like I told you, Damian De Vrij and Bastoni in the middle of the park. Barella, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, Henrik Mkhitaryan, Federico Di Marco on the right, Denzel Dumfries on the left. Then you have Thuram and Martinez. They've gotten Marco Arnautovic in the team. So even without Marcus Thuram, there can be Marco Arnautovic in here. Against a Monza team almost struggled last season. Last season, it was very, very difficult for them to stay in the league. I'm expecting that at home, International are going to get their first win of the season. A big game for them. They need to do that. Very, very important game. And I'm sure say they are going to get that job done. Italian Serie A. Now, apart from that, you go to AS Roma and Timinto, most of the players, they are struggling. But AC Milan, if you look at players, AC Milan had lost a lot of players this season. A lot of players. Key amongst them, Awamulusi in Fifi when Frank Yannick Kessier did leave, he is gone. But the players that they've brought into the middle of the park and in the team, Robin Loftus-Cheek, Abati with him, Christian Pulisic is in the team, Noah Okafor, Abba Johnny team, Yunus Musa, very, very important. Sami Chukwu is an important player. And when you know any people could be Sandro Tonali Sikana Newcastle the Broma. No, omo take a crowd, no mo de akoto Loftus-Cheek. No mo de kakra akoto Pulisic. No mo de kakra ko Noah Okafor. No mo de kakra ko Yunus Musa. Then of course Sami Chukwu is a very, very, very important players. AS Roma for me have done AC Milan have done a very, very good business. Giving Senna Maldini Echo, Sandro Tonali every team, but they've been able to augment in the middle of the park. Ismail Benassa will return from injury and add to Abrante your friend or Yunus Musa in the middle of the park. Very good players. Then they can add Ruben Loftus-Cheek also an attacking number 8. Mind you, last season, one of the big problems in that AC Milan and they say anytime on Kakubo big game yana Rafael Leao Prebiano, they didn't get that wide threat. Brahim Diaz could not give them that. Salamikas could not give them that. So they brought in very, very good wide players in a brighter finish. Sami Chukwu from Villarreal and of course Christian Pulisic and Kuyi or Chelsea. He would want to make sure so Obe put his money behind him and then have a very successful time with Italian Serie A. Noah Okafor centrally and even from outside, also an important player for team and friend AC Milan. That's the AC Milan in terms of the transfers. Now, but my first game, Monday, almost call away to Bologna. Tough game. Stephen Pioli is still there. He has a core of the team now for Mike Mignon. The only key person away from him is Sandro Tonali. The defense of Pierre Kalulu, Oluwafikayo Tomorimo still are in the team. Simon Kerr is still in the team. Now he comes in the middle of the park. Sandro Tonali is gone. Ismail Benassa Epra, but then Yunus Musa is back into the team. I think they have enough, especially with Rafael Leao in the team and with the attack of Mkhitaryan to get the job done against Bologna. And I'm very confident. Say away at Bologna, they are going to get that win. Very, very important for them. This season is a big season for FC Juventus and Obianim. Almost said that top players are. Almost said that a very, very good business or transfer marketing. But they know that with the little that they have, Maximiliano Allegri in the charges no have to make sure say they get a job done. Omo first game also away at Udine against Udinese, a tough game, but I'm also expecting Udinese Juventus to get our job done against them. Lazio echo away to Lecce. Mauricio Sarri team the last season were very good. I think that they can take off from exactly where they left off last season, and they are going to get our job done. Atlanta, Gianni Gasperini has lost Abrante Freno Hojlund to Manchester United, but he replaces our striker, no? And that's how good that they are in terms of developing players and replacing them. A game against Sassuolo, yeah, very, very tight for them, but maybe possibly a draw in Sassuolo versus Atlanta. Roma, any Salernitana, International Milan, any Monza has been spoken about. One of the best teams for Italian Serie A last season was Fiorentina, and it showed in Europe. I think that they are going to do very well this season again. Very, very good attacking football. They will get successes. Now, the big one, Fiorentina, and the champions of Italy, Tima, your friend in Napoli. You know, Luciano Spalletti. Earlier, the Laurentiis Equacophobia about the Rudy Garcia. Rudy Garcia's last job was Cristiano Ronaldo Al Nassr, Saudi Arabia. And if you ever take over Napoli, Ejumano. He says it's a big project that he wants to take on. But Ejumano Suman. You see, one of the key things that Luciano Spalletti is successful, our team friend in Napoli, was the fact that he was able to blend the foreign players inside the 4-3-3. No? How to create a team, how to go on and off the ball, the intensity levels of the Maradona. It's going to be a difficult one for our papa friend Rudy Garcia, but he has the expertise to get a job done in Europe, and I'm sure say they would expect him to get a job done. Away at Fiorentina on my first game, no, I'm expecting say Napoli will get that job done with Victor Osimhen, meaning say Kvaratskhelia out of the team. But again, it's a team that you expect Napoli to go ahead and get that job done for them. In the Spanish La Liga, so started, Barca will be looking for that first 3 points. All important first 3 points for them. Real Madrid will be hoping say they will build on the momentum of last week results of Munyaye. Now, their report said now, Spanish La Liga, they wanted to send cameras to the various dressing rooms. And when I joke, Villarreal will give the cameras were there. I was watching.
Yeah.
No. Have you ever
yes, it's opening moment. 13
million.
13 million, right?
Yes.
Okay.
13 million euros. Good money.
Okay.
Madrid said no, they are not interested in it. Bobiaji.
Now, I'm not man discussing before the season.
You see, they wanted to at least impose it, but Madrid took them on, and they won't say a team can decide not to take on that offer.
Impose it on the teams.
So say, Mani said that's what you're supposed to do. You invite the cameras, they want to do that now. Madrid opposed it vehemently.
How is that? And to me, about say cameras no go dressing room hasana. You ever say bia how the first half of course. Coach bia ma the players in the pep talks kakra. No need no mo fair no.
There been the time mo ba be wie no, nti coach na kan the tactics assign man wie na on ba be pie no, short while maybe like some 5 minutes.
Oh, the sending ko dey nya yia.
Well,
and Madrid for is on.
Ancelotti said the dressing room is a sacred place, and I think I agree with him.
Okay.
He said obiani the way we treating the dressing room. Time or ban. What time are they supposed to come? Do the team have control over it? If they can give the team total control over when they enter into the dressing room, then that will make sense. But it's for TV production. Madrid obviously say don't be have you tabas and you're happy, but that's the standard of Real Madrid. Barca airball against Cadiz. It's a game that they would want to win. And then Namitier Xavi pre-match press conference. No, you know, Xavi is somebody that has shown say he's the man to lead Barcelona forward. I don't think that's our first game drawn on my boy, was a big deal. I told you the last time there was a red card in the game. The in-game issues of the game went on to affect the results. I really do think that this is a game against Cadiz that Xavi should be able to navigate the win. It is there for them to take. They have the balance in midfield now. Now they can unleash the forward players to go on and get a job done. Gundogan, Oriol Romeo, and Frankie de Jong in the middle of the park gives you a fair balance of midfield dominance on the ball and off the ball. Then you have the attackers in there. Robin Lewandowski leaving the lines to get a job done. I think the Barca are going to get their first win. Madrid are going away to UD Almeria. Tough game. This game is going to be tough, and one shade here. This is going to be the beginning of a lot of the questions that Madrid will ask of themselves in terms of squad building. I think that make us sad. Loaning, go show goalkeepers now. Madrid were loaning Kepa and Fran. In defenders, Carvajal, Alaba, Nacho, Odriozola, Lucas Vazquez, Fran Garcia, Rudiger. Because of the ACL to Abrante FN Eda Militao. Madrid are short in centre back. Now, a possible replacement for him in centre back is any of the variations. You can have Alaba coming to join Rudiger or centre back. Then you play Nacho at full back and then have Carvajal on the other side. You can have Nacho playing with Rudiger or Hodom. Then you have Alaba at full back. All of this is Odrizola is also there who can play across the back line. But my problem is that in terms of quality, the other members in there are not as quality as Eda Militao. So whilst Madrid were stocking up our midfielders now, they seem to have been one injury pair. Amama very short at centre back, and these are questions. The aggressive part of Militao and his ability to read the ball and control possession is what they are lacking in here. I don't know what the response to this injury will come for with Madrid, but a harm, and going away to UD America. Eduardo Camavinga.
I say Camavinga have been playing there.
You see, but looking at how Madrid want to, no problem. But looking at how Madrid, even with this, Carobetman will be a ball. But it's the quality at centre back that they are going to lack. Sir, Militao, centre back quality, area dominance, the aggressiveness that we're showing, being able to go into tackles and win them perfectly. That's what they are going to miss in Eda Militao, and that's where my worry is. So what I'm saying, Bisansu could pra in this centre backs, and then Madrid will be very, very light in centre back, and the season is long. Mind you, season Wapa, Champions League, Spanish Cups, and then of course the Spanish La Liga, very important one for them. But in this one, seeing how Amihun said last week, boy. Whether they variate in a 4-2-3 on ball last season or playing a 4-1-2-1-2, 4-4-2 diamond, I'm expecting Madrid to go away to UD America and get a job. And then, over the English Premier League games.
Before I go English Premier League, that Junior Berima.
Yeah.
Or the message be about say, what is 13 million? And you have for no coincidence, respect Real Madrid. Real Madrid no more musica.
That's a Barca in guy.
The 30 million in sky. Into a mama odo cameras above dressing room. Peanut.
A peanut,
A quince. 30 million. And I'm not I order Jones's cow.
In his Eudano.
I've got me 30 million.
30 million euros.
Coffee.
Peanut.
Kuma.
And a peanut.
Meshamako. Oh, but that is a quince.
Okay, that's it.
And today, Barca, they don't
Saturday match with two of English Premier League, Fulham, Brentford, Liverpool, Bournemouth, Wolves, Brighton, Spurs, and Manchester United, Man City, and Newcastle. The first thing I'll tell every investor, they said these games over 1.5. We invested behind us, all the Saturday games. For the EPL, all of them over 1.5. Now, you're looking at Fulham versus Brentford. Tough game for last season. They were two of the best London teams or English Premier League last season, of course, apart from Arsenal. Very, very good in the English Premier League. They are going head to head against each other. Liverpool airborne the second game of the season. First game at Anfield. Bournemouth, since the time of Lucy or manager Neil Bath last season, any of my first game against West Ham United that ended in a draw. And I'm expecting to Liverpool can get his job done at Anfield and win in that regard. Now, Wolves are going to play against Brighton and Hove. Will be a very, very tricky game. Liverpool, former Bournemouth manager, and then now the Wolves manager. You saw how Wolves played against Manchester United. Or you did a lot of the press for Manchester United, set a lot of trust for Man United, played very well using Marcos Acuna when win any Henry. They did very well in that game. They are going to play at home El Molyneux against Brighton and Hove Albion. Roberto Di Zerbi, Brighton and Hove Albion. It's a game I may expect. So you just go for goals. Stay away for who wins in this game. Manchester United will play against Spurs in a big game, and then two of the big games of Barcelona. Then Man City versus Newcastle. You don't want to miss these two games. 5:30, maybe I will be home and watch that game. And maybe I will also match.
What the game?
Maybe I will be. See, subplots in the match at the end of the day. Everything I say, Leandro Martinez will play his fit. Into United, no problem. In fact, Leandro Martinez, every time he was scared to be a red card, given how the Wolves game was going. Rafael Leao was also fit in this game. Now, that's the dynamics of the United game. If you go away to Tottenham Hotspur, Ange Postecoglou said, "Hey, first game, now it's a new era at Tottenham Hotspur. Harry Kane, they are leading the lines, and now they have Richarlison as more like a makeshift striker. In the last game of Mobo, they conceded a lot of goals, but he doesn't care about performance for him, and that's exactly what he's expecting. It was our game win. We saw the Manchester United every game, especially in the first game of Mobo. It was a regular Manchester United 4-3-3. When you played in that 4-3-3, not personnel were simple. In the middle of the park, it was Casemiro, Mount, and Bruno Fernandes. There were times where Alejandro Garnacho, Marcus Rashford, and Anthony at some point in time. Jadon Sancho did come on. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Rafael Leao, Leandro Martinez, and Luke Shaw. I told you, one of the things I saw clearly in the game against Wolves is almost every time when Onana had the ball at his feet to try and play out from the back, the Wolves players will press everybody on the right side, leaving a branch friend Aaron Wan-Bissaka as the press trigger. Once the ball goes straight to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, then Wolves will go quickly and go and press Wan-Bissaka because they know that his on-the-ball quality isn't that top-notch and they wanted to exploit him. I'm very confident that Stuart will go in with this lineup. Or sit in the midfield and so there shouldn't be too much stress on the midfield. Now the problem with United is the ball retainer and somebody to recycle possession in Casemiro, and then a natural job. No. Casemiro's natural job is to protect the back line. On the ball abilities hasn't proven to be too good for him. Now it may be a little bit difficult for him when you're playing against a Tottenham Hotspur midfield that seems to be good. PMA Højbjerg and Yves Bissouma are very aggressive in terms of going after the press and going after the ball. That is where the questions and the game is going to be won. After for Tottenham Hotspur in the last game was essentially Son and their branch friend Richarlison trying to replicate Kane's way of playing with Son. One dropping into the middle of the park to help the midfielders, then you have Son running off him. Now, so what should Ange Postecoglou from time on coaching the Australian national team, soccer rules, then going straight to Scotland? One of the things that is key, tactical principle, is the love for central progression. So that is why he's trying to force Richarlison to play centrally. And dominating and overloading if you want them. Let's force a lot of numbers in there. Let's force them through central areas because Okati teams through central areas are easy and you're able to open them up straight up and get a shot at goal. You are going to see this game on a lot of aggressive fronts. It's a game, Rich. If you push me to the wall, I'll tell you that both teams are going to score. Both teams are going to score. But there is a characteristic of Erik ten Hag teams since Obai, especially in big games. They know how to play them, especially when Bruno Fernandes on the team. And I'm very confident even when they are going away to the White Hats, to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, their worst performance is going to be a draw. So a double chance for Manchester United. Essentially, they can even go ahead and win this one because I think that they have the squad balance of meeting their away to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to get this job done.
Maybe my good friend Oblike Komi, I will answer to a question. And so, Rich, can this Tottenham defense stop Marcus Rashford, Anthony, and Sancho as false number 9, or even Garnacho? No matter what, Manchester United will win.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Okay.
But who call Cook?
The Tottenham defense of Kuti Romero. Emerson Royal mu ewechirono.
Didn't contain Rashford, Anthony, even Garnacho Kromuntimino.
But at the same days, Rashford and Anthony on the team with Wolves, even a West centre back pair, Wolves, and Rafael Varane, the team shares our one goal in the It's not just like that. The game dynamics, it cannot just be like that. I understand Manchester United all quality when you want them, but you want to give Spurs some credit. United have the character. Maybe you're very confident. If you push me, choose who you win, it is United. But then again, give them some respect. They can shock you. You see, a lot of people have not watched Ange Postecoglou. Against Brentford, almost he will score.
And I will be a man for her.
Yeah.
I'm going to lose Hurricane.
Yeah. No, but it's not enough. Goals need no 35 will be 35-40, no. But they are going to get close. Tottenham are not going to be bad this season. They will build something exciting on them. Now, to the biggest of all the games. Now, I'll take leave of you. Newcastle versus Tima, your friend Manchester City. This game reached intensity. And you see, I am asking myself, Eddie, how intensity, no? They be or they touting who has one of the best managers now. No? Can he take this intensity from Newcastle straight to the Etihad now? Because there's a lot of intensity from Sandro Tonali leading the charge. Very, very good way of playing. And I'm asking myself, say, side intensity, no, obeying their call, no man. That's my little worry. And if you look at this game, per the statistics, all the times that Newcastle have gone away to the Etihad, they don't get good results. Omalusu none of those. Winning none of those games. No, Oma draw me. No, Omalusu 16 of those games. Now it's possibly going to be a midfield battle of Joel Linton, Sandro Tonali, and Bruno Guimaraes versus Kovacic and Rodri. And whoever Pep wants to add to it, possibly Phil Foden. How is the midfield dynamics going to play? I'm seeing Sandro Tonali as one of the players who makes me in power to control that game on and off the ball, given the aggression levels of Owen FIFA. Newcastle have proven to be very direct. Very, very direct in the last few games of Marble. And that's what makes it very difficult. And Kevin De Bruyne injury Newcastle makes it even worse for Pep Guardiola. Okay, in a pre-match press conference, you don't get a replacement for Kevin De Bruyne. And it is true. There's none in the markets like that. But they need to make do. That's why Pep will probably switch from how he has played in the last few games now, playing against Newcastle. The game is going to be hugely intense. If there is anything I can confidently tell you, is the fact that both teams are going to score. Newcastle is going to score. Pep Guardiola's Man City is going to score. Possibly an over 1.5 in that game. If you push me to the ones that an Etihad, no, I'll give it to Manchester City. Say they can get the job done. But the slim margin for Manchester City.
Yeah, 2-1.
Yeah. Tough game, and I think yes, and easy for them. A tough game for them. I much Chelsea play against West Ham United. I think there's a double chance. Chelsea should be able to win that game. Chelsea has everything to win. Pochettino is training here. Win Stanley Man to Talman. He has to deliver.
But what the Moyes? The Moyes said the fact that we a team now but 2 players, and just say no guarantee you trophies.
Yeah. No can any credit.
So what I say? And we a Chelsea fan and fan show team giddy say Chelsea are 2 players.
Yes, so we.
And for that matter, so DEPL.
Yeah.
But no penna me Thiago Silva. So no to say yes, the more say can you no credit.
Yeah.
But when Chelsea spending now, and so we win EPL.
No, but say we a Chelsea player. See. Thiago Silva is speaking as a Chelsea player, one of the senior players of the team. We are Chelsea player.
Toss our players, we spend it this huge.
Yeah.
Near Bobo season, we also complete the fourth.
Yeah.
No, but I also Chelsea are title contenders.
Yeah. No, yes,
they should win it.
No, also title contenders.
Also win it.
Title contenders.
Aye. Top four.
Contenders.
Aye,
contenders.
Aye.
To contend there and just over. I'm so near statements you here. David Moyes here to create.
Basa.
Here to create.
Kofi Meka say we actually. Mama toss our players we can change more body to
me time as well.
And so you say allow one adun TV. Mama come mama share allow one adun TV now. I go say a preview of this weekend games also our European we have fee near the fisem no and so etimi ade amamo sanso and Indian mo asempa 94.7 almost so after live our and careful now no yamamo akwaba at the Everton no and so weekend edition of Instagram and in the tintin in the theater now say to conclude it no you say moon spend it this huge I'm a can't tell more petofo
okay my around the out in the mouth boys
read the EPL
but
and you are good to go.
I hear. Like I've always been running up for them. I think they and then they say in the fast. Chelsea double chance and then Manchester United win or double chance. Man City win. International Milan, AC Milan, Celtic. Both teams are going to score. Rich, I think they mentioned anyone. Whilst I'm taking leave of you, saying they be on Twitter it's Fifi_Manfred. Follow now the bet code for the weekend. Never told now. Wait me, Richardo.
Okay. Now so go to Fifi Manfred now. Martin Can live on Adum TV, Pimsan TV, Asempa 94.7, in Shawan 4.5 FM, and our Facebook. Oh, no, obetimi edo message no. Afa Facebook na fi akenkan, and so at the amabetimi asashe live. Our baby am brusu na. Takrade for so no. Omo enjoy show no. Our Kiss FM. Also ayade adwumadi no orekodo enye asem keto akra Henry akaite yaba I say good morning Richardo This is Henry watching live from Accra. You guys are doing great job. But unfair to some of we, the fans. My team Bayern Munich played yesterday, but no analysis from you guys. Very sad. Ayala waha, oyedenya minim so beka. Bayern Munich, and no first winner. So enyaye no. Awo Edward Odame Asari says, Richard, please, tomorrow Messi is playing his cup final. Please. Masa, mama nka some choice say, nipa dodo na say Messi okoye no. Omo league no omo bona scripted. Omo say atro to ho. Enti eden ya Messi de. Obeshogu anti ebi a wonti de ebi say yanka whatever. Na because of omo league na scripted. Krom Messi ni Ronaldo fans. And some of them by Young Rich. Richard, I see the United man to be a draw. Kwabena Abramovich 62, Newcastle 2. And now also at the Abraham we no see Chelsea 3, West Ham 0. And no, a better than Chelsea 3. I know so much video message na banafe ya kenkan and so at the Abraham akwasama wo de nam di twato na mako Bismarck owusu bempa ayala. So good morning, Richard. Why are you always on our team, Chelsea? But when we talk about Manchester United, then you are running away from talking to it. Why? Okay, Nyebibia. Bismarck Owusu Bempa Ayala. Good morning. Good morning. Bibia, you're fine.
Yeah, Bibia, Boko.
Enchebia, Ebezumi Street, na the Vice President of Ghana Football Association, Ura Makado. Atwitwe community and tactical word no yebeko speed kakra. Yebeko speed kakra send will be able to catch a lot of the content na yepese ye catch no unze the fact that when Makado so be kasa na nche my boys so enti what will happen this weekend. He started from the English Premier League. On match day 2. There's a long way to go, but once starting the year so it could affect our standings, at the final day, And next Saturday games, and Fulham, Brentford, Liverpool, Bournemouth, Wolves, Brighton, very, very interesting game. Now Spurs are hosting Manchester United. Now Enumere Etihad, Newcastle, Atwa Club, your friend of Manchester City. Now let's zoom straight into the first game. Team FN Liverpool elbow against Bournemouth. Now, say Uko Liverpool is here. The content gupa the new Liverpool man Wataru Endo, 30-year-old Japanese midfielder. Na Osina Kama Stuttgart club any team Liverpool akwakotono ede aba. Now, Rich, there are a lot of midfielders at Liverpool, Lucy. Captain Henderson ko, Fabinho ko, Thiago Alcantara sawa woni mini injury situation, Oxlade-Chamberlain ko. There are a lot of players at Liverpool elusi omo injury room ho. Omato McAllister, Omato Szoboszlai. Na so still na club who say nim fifi one the kind of quality up with fifi ono. Onye so he should be adding more of these players. Enunti and on the short-term sporting director, I also free Germany. Minim passes a club, ni huchri biya, he will look into the Bundesliga. And on one Kasaka Enra doing a press conference and they say, Ebi ananko for enim Wataru Endo because omu ishe Bundesliga no. But ono no die o free Germany na Bundesliga ni competition na de biya option onim advantage no quality. Now club call ya okoko welcome ya Brenten no. Say who read this subtitle ni ya. Ochi Brenten to aso catch Brenten. O say onim ni football abilities. Onim sa Brenten ni mbobo. Na wo ba Liverpool die obeye adwuma. Na mum adwuma dodo na obeye no. Enko yes said the Stuttgart because Stuttgart here relatively a mid-table team. At Liverpool, he will do more of offensive job. And on the Brenten S3 and on catch and say, oh, quite ho into Oya Omra, not on any medium como. And your club on Kwa and I'll call Wataru and chain a lot of the players. The last one, I have Brenten Fred Musala. Now, so who read subtitle now? Obano. And Obi Jina Chelo say, where are you going? Also, I'm going to say hi. Me kwa hi. Actually, a new guy no. And there's been a lot of good vibes. Liverpool and your dressing room or in terms of how welcoming the new guy Endo. Now what they about team now. Yes, starting season way no. Liverpool first game on my boy on Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. Liverpool first game at Anfield and on the bonnet no. Enti me we say oma post this video way and oma trust say we are going to a place we call home. Anfield ABC from Ene against Bournemouth. Rich omo mo hear me so almost a quiz we am so say bebre na we'll get it right. The last time at Bournemouth ever Anfield okay results no. Liverpool show mo 9-0. The last time a team na ever Anfield and no ever Anfield no Liverpool show mo back miensa 9 and a Liverpool at the 2 of Martinum. Now so one way are Obama they not deceive you because that last time now mobile Anfield no was the last 2 times of mobile. Last time our 2 teams were share Bournemouth say Liverpool 1-0. It's quite tricky kakra in terms of the analysis any baby or mujina or on them. Norwich, Liverpool will have to break this team down. Almost 4-2-3-1. Liverpool will have to break it down. And Sarah so much me access 9 in the ma. Or much me access almost. And Liverpool intimate sign a coached defensive midfielder. No, what we are expecting is Liverpool will go in with almost back four with Becker. Then Soboslai and McAllister. Then add Cody Gakpo mom in a number 10 row behind Mo Salah, Luis Diaz, and Diogo Jota. So Liverpool will be going full-blown offensive game against Clubber. Your friend at Bournemouth. I think so Liverpool beshe. I don't have to waste a lot of time. Liverpool will win. Ebiana anya 9-0 ni biem. But they will be too hot. Sa Bournemouth team way ebetimi a handle. All that Liverpool will have to do and they say Amunsha Abante friend Dominic Solanke ne runs ni ye na omuntimi ntemu no so na be ya nan saying Liverpool leaky goals no omun concede goal but aye there ye bobo game na wie no I think say this Liverpool team will be too hot especially at Anfield against Clubber ye friend Bournemouth. Then we go straight to the Etihad. Na anopena mitie Love FM for mu sports no and Zando as the host say to honor the biggest game this weekend. Manchester United no Tottenham say Zando ade where Fisset City ne Newcastle bebo. And look, even on the basis of last season a league table no, this is the biggest. This is the biggest. 2 of the top 4 teams. And then I said the Champions League. And that is what we've come to observe. Now, Rich, again, now dominating talking points, ahead of this game. City, Athens, G Super Cup, ne the Abafie. Now, Omuji Super Cup, post-match press conference, Athens. And Pep Guardiola say, or the EPA for Nasipa, or Domasi. Say, Omaba take Athens. Ababeti EPA on him. Na omu kofi no yes omu Saturday na kamodo omu ko say Sunday anasa Monday ku ananka aye dem
awodem ne adwe
pap to bi ma omu say do ma say dey ya baba be raise EP of flag yes say kofi yes Saturday ye mo ye game and any against any opponent biao it's against Newcastle very difficult game but where they are you will have to play. Matisse Papa say, look, Onu made the first point for the player to feel so coach in the class say a bread. And to see Antony and say anyway, or so on Casaman to players in the room. Now say Obo Manchester City, you have to be ready for BB to say. Always you have to be ready to win. And after winning the Super Cup, they know against Newcastle a difficult game. But that is the reason why Obo Man City quality was so to be winning and continue to win until they will be ready. Etihad
Nemo no adia ba ko obeka and say this is one of the games omo be here Etihad supporters ne pa because odi abrane ne me celebrate Super Cup na e bia otimi ani echi anko Athens na wo ba no hunu say ye tu kwan ne aba and we are facing a difficult club FC Newcastle until we watch it pa na de be mayen no can push us on ebia ne abre by e ba ne hu se mu gu stadium ho na mo chante a ye ntimi disappoint mu ntino it could spare us on na ye timi as a club in Newcastle e de amamu rich and na say wo go Newcastle a enye small match na obebo
on first match I'm
5-1 not against any team.
Emirates
Aston Villa
5-1
nti omole maka ne dada na unim say the Premier League Coaches Association, you know, Rich, Managers Association, you know, last weekend, first week of the EPO, you know, almost the best coach. You refer how based on the performance. It is to a game boy and Newcastle will come very, very formidable. Also, they almost say Villa for now. And Chelsea, they are not losing pace, or losing confidence. Or see where they want to get to, which is their target. Say they will become one of the elite clubs in England. And Newcastle are starting here, and I think say Opakimo on Abu Kojo Bajamamo, and him saying they have a very, very tough game. Say Omu Ebetimi Ashe Ewo Honum. Now, Rich, let's get to business, and this will be our first game. I bet our tactical board no so Newcastle 4-3-3 no. Say uko England no mu di football nkoma. Almost say ye injury room analysis Opa bring any team bia a trial ewo fifi ho. Newcastle so ewo a trial ewo very, very good quality ometimi any omo a compete. And we are talking about Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton, and Abranti FN Sandro Tonelli. Enti Newcastle in your 4-3-3 no say ana omo ebono with Amaron, Gordon, and Ishak ewo anim ho. Enti you put Newcastle in their 4-3-3 our tactical board no so, and that is what you are going to get with Shah and Botman as the heart of omu defense no ewo honum with Abantia your fellow Trippier and Dan Ben our left back or then the trident our fifi or any trainer away enemy hono. Now you see on himself from NYIRA Rich Adiama Juno ho sam, and it is a question I want to ask on the show. Ebane saying and a Pep Guardiola evolve from coach or ball playing goalkeeper to two attacking lateral defenders to silky midfielders and a force number 9. That is what Pep brought from. Obviously, so Pep there, attacking lateral defenders, 2 and 3 no. And also mo come him into Daniel Alves mo, Hardy Alba mo type no, Lam mo ne Alaba mo type na. Pep Guardiola there, mo pa, and Pep goalkeeper onimbo ne ball no air comfortable. Center back or me ball playing. Midfielders or me down mo no mo ball pass no mo kutabo ni mo che. And a Pep target man as the striker or force number 9. Rich, Ebani send a sa Pep no. And then etimi bo center backs 4 on edge no compare attacking lateral defenders beam because I can Pep attacking lateral defenders and can even Kobebo Sergio instead of Nathan Ake because on no pace ba but on bo beam and the Pep to me any team na etino 4 ni na e center halves block your mujina. Yes, they know how to pass but omu yet and a Cancelo to bench. But the usual Pep no. And Cancelo who always command the right back no. And the Cancelo munina or Tom Pomo for team Mako. And the Pep is winning treble. Not with a force number 9, but a target present striker to say Erling Haaland. How did Pep evolve as a coach, sir? And still keep on playing so nice football and still winning competitions under him. He is an example of a coach Rich, me only problem I'm war for City and then you and I say once again, City any Kevin De Bruyne, City any Bernardo Silva.
That's a big blow.
Big one. And Obi Opese or Tia Samna American should go back and watch City against Sevilla. They were able to dominate possession because after Sevilla share first goal, no, I asked on what that kakra. But Rich Newcastle team way, so Osha first goal on that he will play you high up the pitch and he said they won't share go cry. And with almost 3 midfielders, no, look, maybe Newcastle team said them for boom, but so show more matches are. These 3 midfielders are very confident on winning ball no ball. And it's a City and we are. With only Rodri and Matthew Kovacic, then with Phil Foden as the number 10. No, remember City dominance in the way City a boboni year pa with those 3 players no against Sevilla. That will be baby City must improve. And yes, sir. So me a match Newcastle for intensity do of 50. Now omu for omo so a omo bre ni be show. Minister they make what you say. Some person more relaxable ball na. Then they must dominate. Ball on over ombre. The whole chase ball no bre. But Newcastle for the new teach na toe to toe. Omu Bobby, we am so Bobby a City for bre ni be yi no. And that will be a disadvantage to Ore FN Pep Guardiola any the team. Only so last season Newcastle had the best defensive record ever Premier League in him. And he said, Omoba up against player B, say Elena Haaland and Alvarez. They know their quality, but they also shown say Omi a very formidable side. The good news for City and he said Ruben Diaz ever back and Pep Aka say oh you fit. John Stones now say or started training still now you're comfortable, but Ruben Diaz will come back. It's a Ruben Diaz he comes straight into it with Guardiola money Nathan Ake money Wakamo into a way or friend Pep Guardiola episode mobile. A very difficult game to predict, Rich. Very difficult game. Now the pair Bako and that will be the last thing I make about Newcastle team. Say, what do say already how? Say or started Alexander Ishaka Rich Obana onya 1-2 goals na Oyino na or the another striker so aba ono so ba anya she kra no ono so be ma 1 goal. And they have the squad and they have Atiomase the way he's able to use them and they play very confidently. Which again where Paya enyem nwa. Yeah. A Paya enyem nwa kra. A Paya enyem nwa.
Yencha honorable Kotoba.
Yes.
Otie show ne den.
Ko so na bodie.
Ose men kan che o say. Game we kulem.
Enye kulem. Honorable nanka say nim say. Honorable nim say enye kulem. Enye kulem. The only reason why Obia answered that NCP for Newcastle it is because it is City.
Okay.
And it is because Omobo Ofie. Me that is the only reason why. So Kutasika make a City double chance. Safe. But so City win here. Then you must be like Opaki. Just Omo City fans. Imagine I say about City and Omo game way. Totally for Clubber, your friend Manchester City. I think so. Double chance City will be very safe for Obia bet, but they should watch out for a Newcastle team. And then you may one of the toughest games are City ever bought in this season. Moko Tottenham, Moka Manchester United, Eko Tottenham. Now in the game we are sorry. Michelle. Tottenham first game on boy against Bournemouth 2-2 no. And I'm sure Manchester United win against Wolverhampton Wanderers no. Now Omoko into this game na game 2 no. Akwa say Obia we adwuma ye to make sure say Obenya results every game we mu. And I like the way our coaches no at least ade na say. Eric Ten Hag say Manchester need to step up and that is the right phrase we use to step up. Some so win results. Or not London, and it is true. Rich, maybe I can't have last week Monday. Say, much Wolverhampton Wanderers for the but Mukwamani Anje. And it was a game. Second one for no naka omunya quality ka clear. And can results now cause any call.
At the point on me bomb back referee. We never
don't give me.
Tempo for you.
But Rich, there is one thing about Eric Ten Hag and in the team no. Who is the last season? No my away record in you. Away na nyakra. And this is my first away game. More body this season. And the Eric Ten Hag say, "Obeso narrative no last season." But Tottenham was so nya club a team in Manchester. Tottenham, omun team Man U. And you can check the last results are Manchester United for you. Send if you can, the good news they say Abante friend Martinez, Ori friend Eric Ten Hag say you're fit and he is back into the team. Into Obetimi era, Mutim Numna Wababo game will be at the Amamo. Say Ori Angi the biggest problem. Why the Bishop goes now Tottenham in the absence of Harry Kane. Omo first game no boy no mo 2-2 no. Two defenders they share goal no more. Christian Romero and Emerson Royal. They need to find a goal scorer. Abentia a friend Richarlison. Oba for no. Na unya bimbo na u tiatia mu. He say Harry Kane ko e no man na ma. And he needs to start scoring. And yes adia GDN na woni mu so obetima ya adwuma no will be taken off. And Ore Angie will not seize the opportunity to even play Obisa Song as the first number 9 for Club FN Tottenham Hotspur. Into Ucha they are trying to find a way to find the goals. Last season in the Premier League, Harry Kane had 30 goals. It's all Nina. It's Tottenham's biggest problem. No, they are playing fine. They are making the mistakes where you're saying you need Tottenham now. They will make mistakes. And we take advantage of what but now they will have to find the goals, and their strikers are yet to turn up in place of Ora, your friend Abrantia, your friend Harry Kane, or Honum. Now, Rich, this is how they are going to set up. Odogui, Emerson Royal, Christian Romero, Van de Ven, then Oliver Skip, and Vince Bissouma, Aaron Fifio, into in a 4-2-3-1, and the trainer, Kulusevski, Song, James Maddison behind Abrante friend Richarlison. Rich, there's one thing. This Tottenham Hotspur team, any chances say we want wonders there. Omudo make go. The quality of this team, no. Say omunya chances tiama you. Say the overante wonders. Any chances tiama you na. Rich, these players there, they are quality enough. Make go. And Man U must be very very careful. After my first game, no. Then people have started to ask, say, and to Man U team, I can't on Kwa, and our responsibility on Takiana. Because I said, say Man U any more now. Let's say the ball neighbor Man U Rich, all that you need to do is to go around Casemiro. Obiara Kebian Takibium. Obiara Kebian Takibium. Abrante FN Bruno Fernandes is not tackling.
Messi
Mount to carry on game in Mumpo. Whether or could anymore, whether our body defensively or Ganacho and Anthony, they don't know how to tackle. Strike and record the January anymore. And you're doing in about the Casemiro, so and it's sometimes difficult, especially with Tima and a lot of pace. Now, Omo Bombardi Omo, our midfielder, Man U must find a way to support Casemiro in defending Omo defensive midfield areas. No, Rich. Na mini fifi ya jen say utie na wo share game na analysis na. Aya kwa say a game and have two teams in your score. That is how you see it. A game that two teams in will score. And both teams to score in the Tottenham Manchester United game. Say win beba me minim sika about to Manchester United so.
Okay.
And me simple reason and they say Tottenham ain't me Man U. That is my only simple reason. And a double chance Manchester United and go both teams our game na ebeko so our Tottenham no. Now Ochina Chelsea call West Ham.
Agbena. Ye fe ne esibusi. Esibusi.
Who do say last season? Say na enye Europa Conference League na enka West Ham komunya bad season pa o eno man ko yie Chelsea tina fable 1-1 against Liverpool there but almost supporters na ni age Chelsea team na omo hu ye no ho and I think say it was a positive vibe. Now they have to plan for the next assignment. Bad news. I see Rhys James has a problem.
You know, I'm the captain, the man now I'm from Peno. I'm not prepared to do.
See, and the game,
captain,
no, game, no, only available. Say Obebo. But Mosca said about Romeo Lavia, whether Obe started on started, yenim. Maybe there, to be honest with you, even though new West Ham. About 1-1 our first game in him. Omudi James were power Saba. Omudi Abranti Feno Edison Alvarez F3 Aya Saba there. Marriage, I'm still not convinced about this West Ham team. Still not convinced. Unim say Omuto declare rights no. Now before Edison Alvarez beba no money number 6. Etomubo Sukeka no omudi per quarter akano ho. Now Alvarez about so they can slot him in as omume number 6 with Suket at number 8 and push per quarter when you're betting issues no into number 10. Sometimes West Ham team is stubborn and play a very very good game. Marriage. Uriah Frano Mauricio Pochettino must continue to build the momentum no. It is very difficult to predict Chelsea first 11 this year because you was able into the 3 back no so be switch into 4 back without Rhys James because Ebia Onje Gostumalo but Gostumalo in France is a very very good wing back and he can play inside 3 back now and just slot him Gostumalo and play the game now or boy you know send your body a team FN Liverpool no say Chelsea team maintaining some momentum now. Rich Enyam say they will be able to go to London Stadium and beat club a friend West Ham. The only thing and say Makacho, Nicholas Jackson is a very very good forward, but on your good goal scorer. Chelsea need to find Obia or they want to to them. If they are able to find that, they will be able to beat South West Ham team way. But they should be careful again. Send your Liverpool and you see the spaces behind Omo wing backs, you know. And you see almost our first goal, no. Emma even Salah, Eshe Guayanji, no. Bowen and Benrahma are very very speedsters. Our south flank wa they must deal with those 2 players no and so ya Omaso Ebeshi and probably a 2-1 be
okay,
for club by a friend Chelsea will do meaning say yes Mark Adwaba right it's just 2 minutes now me wrap it up now yes start your interview no La Liga for no I say this season no main racism nti e ka bi e de ama omo these are the games I beba so e wo the Spanish La Liga nim but your focus obviously will be on the NHYIRA Real Madrid and Barcelona first home game against Club your friend Cardiff, you know. Now Rich, you started with Real Madrid the NHYIRA. Real Madrid echo the cathedral of Spanish football. San Memen echo share team your friend let's go Bilbao by 2-0. Since here the Real Madrid area and say in the absence of Abrantia your friend Karim Benzema no Uriah friend Carlo Ancelotti has decided to change the normal 4-3-3 no into a 2 strikers diamond method e 50 ho and they say I want club a friend Real Madrid Rich what they do very very well they say so omo goalkeeper and your back forward omo se omo 50 na they want spaces for Obia into Chomani bo 6 Kamavinga bo 8 Abrantia a friend this Uruguay player Valverde airborne number 7 then not Jude Bellingham abom number 10 and they say this is how Real Madrid airborne in their diamond young boys you know Valverde, Chiomani, Kamavinga and Abrantia friend Jude Bellingham now about 2 young Brazilians you know in Vinicius and Rodrigo as almost 2 strikers. Rich I think so if they are able to go to San Memen to get the results. Real Madrid started season almost away twice at once. I think so they will beat NHYIRA too. Okay. It is a game they will struggle kaka, but at the end of the day, so we keeping momentum no more they will be able to beat NHYIRA. Barcelona are nyadi in our first game no against Granada. But baby and I'm saying in the last 5 seasons Barcelona win Granada but they are coming home against Club I find the card is rich. Barcelona need to pick the first 3 points. And I think said they will be on song to pick almost first 3 points. My last idea American and say, Anya Courage, it is clear say, finally, Hurricane ebe winning the first club trophy, which will be the Bundesliga. And he started off very, very well. Oshego Emma assist. And he was 30 years and club Efano Bayern Eshe Bremen for 4 goals to 0. Na Sene Debia Midija ye better snake. These are the rest of the Bundesliga game.
How do you go?
Just select 5 of those games and go for goals over 1.5 over 2.5.
Okay.
Any of the 5 games we are on instant say game where goals beba mubiano. Just pick them randomly. Now one kasafa or gas echa over 2.5 over 1.5 and me so say by the time you be call you know. Now susika kakra I will show but 10% spend your better but enya we na
I know the other go fan was mbano pay am the boys.
Oh na say
be brutal.
Say ujo wan you and any energy. Ujo wan you any energy. Na boys na afan sa right.
All right. Yen toss in Shawans 4.5 weekend edition. Live on Adun TV, Pimsan TV, Asempa 94.